What's up, everyone? Welcome to Top Growth Financial. Today, I'm going to be talking about a company that has been making headlines recently, and that company is Facebook, led by CEO Mark Zuckerberg. But before we get into that, I would like to thank our subscribers for their support. If you guys are new to the channel, if you enjoy this video, we just ask that you hit that subscribe button. Alright, so with that being said, let's get right into it. So Facebook has been amid a wave of criticism lately, dating back to October 5th, when a former employee testified in front of Congress about the harmful side effects of using their social media platforms, which include Facebook and Instagram. This former employee is Frances Haugen, and she came prepared to back up her allegations as she submitted tens of thousands of documents of internal research to the SEC. And she stated, in quote, that Facebook's products harm children, stoke division, and weaken our democracy. And she then went on to say that the company's leadership knows how to make Facebook and Instagram safer, but won't make the necessary changes because they have put their astronomical profits before people. Now, I'd like to talk about 5 key allegations or statements that she brought up during this time. So, in front of Congress, she stated that Facebook is apparently hiding information from the public, and she believes that the company is purposely hiding it. She goes on to say that the company intentionally hides vital information from the public, from the US government, and from governments around the world. She then says that the documents I have provided to Congress prove that Facebook has repeatedly misled the public about what its own research reveals about the safety of children, the efficacy of its artificial intelligence systems, and its role in spreading divisive and extreme messages. Secondly, she says Facebook allegedly eliminated protections to limit misinformation following the 2020 presidential election. So during that election, CBS noted that Facebook put together safety features meant to limit the spread of misinformation across platforms ahead of the 2020 election. And this was allegedly done to prioritize safety over growth and engagement. However, Haugen claimed that the site eliminated those safety systems after the election took place. And she has since filed multiple complaints with the SEC alleging that Facebook had more of a role in the spread of fake news leading up to the attack on the Capitol. She then says, in quote, and as soon as the election was over, they turned them back off or they changed the settings back to what they were before to prioritize growth over safety. And for her third allegation, she claims that Instagram has a negative effect on teen girls' self-esteem. And it has since been reported that one of the leaked studies shows that 13.5% of teen girls said Instagram increased thoughts of suicide. And an even larger percentage, 17%, said that the app made eating disorders worse. So Haugen went on to tell Congress that Facebook knows that they are leading young users to anorexia content and says, it's just like cigarettes. Teenagers don't have any self-regulation. We need to protect the kids. In her fourth statement, she claims that the government regulation may be necessary to solve Facebook's problems. She believes that Facebook can be changed for the better, however, she seemingly believes that regulations need to be put in place to facilitate this. And one thing she said to back that up is that she pointed out that cars and cigarettes are regulated, and the safety of both of those were determined with the assistance of outside oversight. And she even later on goes on to say that she's not trying to break up Facebook. She says, I'm actually against the breaking up of Facebook, but she says the problems here are about the design of algorithms of AI. And lastly, she says that she believes Mark Zuckerberg is ultimately responsible for all of this. She says that she does not believe Facebook launched with negative intentions, however, she did not deny that things had seemingly gone wrong. And the reason for blaming Zuckerberg for all of this is that he maintains more than 50% of Facebook's shares, which means that he is able to call the shots with little to no oversight, even from other shareholders. And she says, in the end, the buck stops with Mark. There is no one currently holding Mark accountable but himself. Now, it is unclear if Zuckerberg was aware of the research that she released. However, she said that she believed he knew at least some of the information. Now, some people have begun to question her credibility with Facebook after releasing those documents to the SEC and going in front of Congress. Notably, one of those people being communications spokesperson Andy Stone, as he had to say this about the situation on Twitter. This is a post that he made on the Twitter platform on October 5th, the day that all of this came to light. And he said, just pointing out the fact that Frances Haugen did not work on child safety or Instagram or research these issues and has no direct knowledge of the topic from her work at Facebook. And this is a reference to when she said that Facebook's products harm children. And now, a couple hours later, he made another post on Twitter of a quote from the director of policy communications at Facebook. Now, you can pause this video if you'd like to read the whole thing, but the main points from this quote about Frances Haugen state that she worked for the company for less than 2 years, had no direct reports, and never attended a decision point meeting with C-level executives. She also testified more than 6 times to not working on the subject matter in question. And towards the end of that statement, she says and agrees with Frances Haugen that it is time to begin to create standard rules for the internet. So a lot of you may be wondering, what do all these allegations and what does this wave of criticism mean for Facebook's stock price? We're going to get to that in a second, but the last point I want to bring up is, and I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard about it, is that Facebook is changing their name to Meta. This decision came on October 28th as Mark Zuckerberg said he wants to focus on the virtual world. I was unable to finish filming this video last night, so for the remaining segment of this video, the lighting might be a little bit different, but I'm going to jump in right where I left off. So with this name change, some people are a little bit skeptical of the timing of it as it comes amidst all these allegations and the investigation. Now, I don't think this really carries much significance because Mark Zuckerberg did say that they have been working on this name and logo change since back in March. So if it didn't happen now, it was going to happen soon anyways. And for the last part of this video, I want to talk about what all of this is going to mean for Facebook's stock price. So let's take a look at their charts. This is their 3-month chart here, and this is after the market closed on Thursday, November 11th. And you can see their stock price is at just below $330, which is down $32.85 in the past 3 months, which is down 9%. And in this chart, you can see the decline that actually started back in early September, but hit a low of $312 back on October 27th. But they have made a decent rebound since then. So for the short term, with the SEC looking into all of these allegations, which should eventually spark an investigation, I would want to stay away from Facebook right now. Obviously, we see their stock price is down. It's been up a little bit in the past week or so, but I still think we should stay away from Facebook for now because we're not entirely sure how long or how deep this investigation is going to go and what they could possibly find from it. I mean, for all we know, this case could end up getting dismissed, which should bring their stock price back up to what it was a couple months ago. But for the short term, I think we want to stay away from it. We'll see how this investigation plays out. We'll see how long it takes. And I'll even give you guys updates on this stock and the news surrounding it as well. So I'll keep you guys up to date. And if and when there is a good time to buy into this stock. Because if this investigation ends up getting dismissed and Facebook's stock price is still down from that $380 range where it was back in September before all of this happened, then we'd have a solid chance to buy in really at a discounted price. So like I said, I'll continue to release update videos in the future, keep you guys in the loop. Hopefully we'll be able to buy in at some point into Facebook and get a good price for it. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.